so excited of how we've grown, developed. We are finding our own lane, our own niche, and growing with you all and allowing you all to grow with us. That being said, we're going to just go ahead and jump into our show today. Our topic today, I think, is one of our favorite topics. This is number, people like doing math. So, and so we're going to share some of our experiences. And the blessing of our experiences is that we have had the, I'm saying, when I was younger.
Right. Yeah, it's like that.
Because she was already older. So I was like, this show with this old woman, it just didn't.
We were like, ooh, that's on. Let me check out that new episode of Bird she wrote. Yeah, no.
but it definitely became something that I appreciated. I appreciated her more. Like, I got to know more about her. But I will say this, the more I got into musicals and shows, like, she can sing and perform. Yes. I think the studio. Just left the studio, so they did.
I'm still looking at a lot of Oprah.
I think we look at more Oprah now than we did.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, she didn't quit.
So her show is going to be called... there's a statement that's made and he comes back. So it's Viola Davis's character says to Black Adam, I'm going to bring back someone to keep you in line, and Henry Cavill is introduced, and it's like here's Superman in this character. So, and I guess they were working to bring him back for the last 6 years. So
that'll be wonderful.
I heard he was the favorite Superman. So
I can't speak to that, but I know.
You know who my favorite Superman is, but I'm for the world, especially when you deal with social media and even mental health issues, the world is so different in 2022. So for her to take that and now deal with very much determined.
You was on your way.
I was going to be a mouseketeer.
How'd that work out for you?
I was gonna be a mouseketeer and I was gonna be a fly girl. These was on my vision board.
That's slightly different. They have a slightly different image.
My path has gone a little bit different, but I see where I was headed. I was going somewhere heinous and boundary.
Wonderful.
So
okay, Kat.
Here's my thing.
Why did she think that they were going to have the same relationship that she had?
Exactly. And here's
she didn't say she hated him. She just
older. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He was much older and older than her. So
and been in the game for so long.
He was probably already tired.
She didn't besmirch.
And it's not true. It's something else.
You kept that between you and Kelly. You didn't need to do an interview about it. You didn't need to. Well, she's done a few interviews about it. So
because she wasn't doing because what is Kathy doing though?
Thank you. When the last time somebody was looking up Kathy Lee?
That's why.
She got her little vegetable vitamin commercial. She got out. I'll stop. We can go with the show.
As was already said, wasn't nobody checking for no Kathy Lee. That's why Kelly is like.
She couldn't wait to talk about that book.
That's why Kelly is like, all right, Kathy, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this check.
A person that came out that had like different just basic inventions, and it had something that like you put in your mouth that would show if you needed like a mint, like if you just had bad breath. And I will never forget that.
I would have made some Altoids before she came home. So just, all right, let's try.
I'd have been eating them
not
things.
Tic Tac, Altoids.
Well, I would have rebreathed. And between segments,
brushing, rinsing, flushing, Altoids. You're not gonna catch me up, boo boo.
For real, then
detoxing.
For real, now I had to log in several different things.
You swipe your badge to get into one door, and then you're swiping the badge to get into a second door, which they're tracking you everywhere you walk in the building. And then when you get to your desk, it's a password to unlock your computer. You cannot use the same password to get into the first system. And there's a second system that you get into that you So there's the first system that's the mainframe, that's just the computer system. There's the actual company system, that's the second password. Then there's the second system that you do your login. So that's 1, 2, 3 passwords. Now she was a temp. I was permanent. So I had 4 passwords to put into. That's literally like you needed to be at work 15 minutes early. And you pray nobody speaks to you.
And not to mention that it was an automatic when you had to do a new password
every 30 days, and they count that down. Then they will count you down.
And now you forget. If you forget, now you're like, oh, I gotta reset my password before I even get into the thing.
They would send you a reminder. I think it was like 5 days ahead of time. But if you forgot on that 5th day, you were just locked out.
Yes, till you would put a new password in, because I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, I forgot. You also had a password on your phone.
It was just like you are passworded up.
And there was a different password, and you could not repeat the same password on each system. And it would tell you just use that password on a different system.
Yep.
So if you
couldn't repeat on the one.
And you could not repeat the same password that you just used. Phone unlocked, but I'm leaving my phone unlocked. It just hurts to say it. And leaving my locked. The way that I had my phone at the time, my bank account was accessible because, and this is the honest truth just for me, and I had to learn a lesson about myself. Because of things with my health, I try to keep my life simple. So a lot of things where there were no locks where you could just get into it. Now I have facial ID where only Leah's going to be able to get it. But the person who got my phone, they didn't just steal from me. They stole from my bank account. They rode around Fayetteville, North Carolina on my Uber account. They ordered off my DoorDash. They ate good, they rode good, and they spent well. So God bless them. And they got an iPhone 8 off of me. So that was a very expensive lesson to learn.
Like your lover. and I even
we know all the alphabet. So
like the last thing I remember was the LGBTQ plus, and then now it's like an I and an A somewhere.
and other stuff. Just know our hearts beat for.
Got it.
We need you to join us. Come along with us, darling.
Just click. I was like, you kept it. I was listening like, yeah. Then you said it again. You said, okay, Patrick.
Telling you so much more than that. It's the same thing, but it's similar. I won't say the same thing. It's very similar to when a cancer patient is talking to you, and and I'm in cancer. I didn't tell you I was broken. I give you my diagnosis, and if you keep talking, I won't talk to you no more. And so people do the same thing with HIV and AIDS patients. That's and I know some people want to help.
Don't offer that.
It don't feel helpful. I want to say
like unless they specifically came to you for that reason, most people aren't coming to you for tips and tricks. They usually just talk.
And I know illnesses, we're all kind of told some of the looniest stuff, and we're going to move on with the show. But I mean, I'm sure all of the stuff works for certain people. But then when you start telling me stuff like, oh, very long time.
Yeah, that's not
just years to be suggesting something like that.
And y'all relationship got to be close. Not know I've known you for like some years. Like we tight. Like I don't even know if I would suggest that to you. I don't even know if I would feel comfortable bringing it up. I'd be like, I'm gonna send it to you. I can tell you to your face. I'll send it in your email.
It's that, and that's the other thing. As soon as you meet people and they will say, I gotta send you a bunch of stuff, and you don't know what has worked for me or just what I've resolved for in my life. So
I think it's not even that they're doing it to ask you about that. You do not just send people stuff on how to lose weight.
As soon as you meet somebody, I got something that's gonna work for you. Like I could want to be 400 pounds.
Black and remove. Look at that. We solved all our problems today.
I'll bust you in your mouth. You ain't gonna like that.
Like, don't.
His ebbs and flows were very similar to mine. Even the way that he choreographed. And I actually even thought about you, because I was like, some of that looked like a sense of reality. I mean, at the end of the day, the arts are the arts. And you know, I'm a very big proponent in saying one thing about the arts is I saw that when I was growing up watching Fame, and it was something else. I couldn't remember what it was.
That was another school I wanted to, I know you.
I knew Debbie was going to be my teacher. Nobody was going to lie to me about that. But so much, so I saw so much color artistically that I actually grew up with a false sense of what the artistic world honestly was. It was far more brown than what it was. And you know I won't go say nothing about no Beyonce. You knew
not on Beyonce's internet, you not.
Watch yourself. Okay, where we going?
I watched that thing.
But I haven't read. Some of Leah's fucking line just went completely out, y'all. We so sorry.
But all of these,
it was four things that I thought about. Number one, it reminded me of that dance song thing that you did. We did Carry On. I can see
you're never letting anything come to you, because you're getting what you don't even know that you're getting, because your mind gets set on that other person's move. You become that person. I have moments in my creating where I can get stuck, or Angelique and I have this conversation all the time, because she's a lead choreographer for PD Community Arts team, my team. And in my I can see it, but I can't see it. Yeah. So I may look at, I'll know the song. I may look at somebody else's movement.
Just take somebody's choreography of that same song, and then you do the same exact choreo to that same song.
And you showed it, and you didn't credit them, ask them, or thank them.
An influence. No, I wasn't just there like everything. Cause what? This looks familiar.
No. I know I had to do Wade in the Water one time. I showed the tip.
No dip and scoop. You can't dip and scoop. You know that friend we're playing. Tyler, you trying to compare? You know that was in there, so we're playing. Quit playing. No fans, no umbrellas, no parasols. Out. Tyler, you want material? Oh, you want them to shiver? Oh no, you can't do that either.
And that was
at that point, it's like you dipping your toe. You dipping your toe in.
Okay.
So you know it. You gonna be up there with the. So don't do it at all.
I think I did where we pulled the skirts out, because you just kind of couldn't. We did do that, but I did it different. Yeah. But I still did it a little bit different, and we did do it. We did do the shoulder. Now there's a way you can be similar to person's movement. You're right. You can be influenced, and you're not mimicking. So I'm trying to tell you, it took me probably 2 weeks to choreograph that piece, where I can turn out a piece.
It's in that piece.
I literally was tired. Like when I was like, just take it.
It's about to be Alvin Ailey on this stage. If I could come on now.
I was exhausted doing this little piece of music. But that also meant that how much that meant to me. Because
reproduce the moves. They gonna
you better do
look
it
like what they look like.
and you show us how to do it.
Because Alvin Ailey's moves if you go do it.
So they stuff everywhere.
The moves they are what they are. Either some people just be like, you shouldn't have did it.
And boom cat.
Yeah.
Yes. That is so funny.
We know this.
It was so funny. We
know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of boom cat, this is because I'll forget it when the one guy, I already forgot his name, but the guy that was doing the choreography for the yes, Debbie, I see you. You can be nice after. Right now, I see you. I'm nice after, but right now, nope.
Gotta get the work done. Yeah, I feel like next to Alvin, I love Debbie, and I also love Judith Jameson. Like I feel Judith too. Yeah. Is that the move? Is that what you got?
I don't know what you think you finna get out of me.
And that is absolutely me. Like I gave it to you. There's this fine line that we walk. Like to be the best creative person, I think there's a fine line of crazy that you kind of almost have to walk.
I was about to say, just say crazy.
Say it. You got to
Not
say
even
it. Just
about
say what you
myself.
gotta say. Say what you mean.
I even said it about even about myself. Just get inside your head, and I was like, you don't rattle around up in here like it gets wild.
I don't even like to be in there sometimes.
You know, I don't always want to be there.
I need a break.
Really? For you?
No.
You
I'm at the height of me creating. Like what hits the stage is not all that's happening.
No.
In here.
A lot has been filtered through.
Thank you.
And you're not taking into account, you don't understand the depth of insomnia that I battle with. Like how many nights I can go days and I don't sleep. That's not a fun. I understand those huge, almost uncontrollable bursts of energy that to somebody else looks like, oh, they're just super happy. That's not what it feels like in here all the time.
That's what you want to believe.
That really does feel like this. And then you know that bottle it, and you know it probably looks crazy, and then you're trying to harness it. Like you're always having this war in here.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're someone like me, I don't.
Not carnal. I ain't heard that word in a minute.
I use girl.
Carnal. Woo.
Carnal. Okay.
But that's responsible for the artistic vision of the show. When you're the artistic director, you are responsible for the house. You are responsible for the entire show. You're responsible for the financial side of it. You're responsible for the promoting of it. You're responsible for the cast. You're responsible for the start of it, the conception of it, the start of it, the promoting it, the finish of it. And if it don't happen, that's on you too. So when the last two wasn't what?
Because I don't think I saw Sound of Music before I even saw The Wiz. So I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. I think it was Sound of Music.
I had seen dance and performance, before for sure, but it was something about the beauty of the point and the elegance of it, the move. It was mind blowing to me. So it was. That's me. That is it. That is my world. That is my world. That you just don't jump up.
Don't just hop up on point. You don't do that. You don't just.
That's a little bit they don't tell you.
Yeah.
But it was enough to just reel me in. So it was seeing Sound of Music when I dichotomy, right? So I've seen Nutcracker on one side, and then I saw The Wiz. So when I saw those two worlds, I just remember thinking, both of those made sense to me. Because I've done so many interviews and been asked, what impacted me, but I always knew that I was more than a dancer, first of all. And as young and saying and that I was used to hearing. So it was like, okay, that makes sense. If I could marry that to what I also see with Nutcracker, like I just, as a little girl, I literally remember like thinking those type of things. And it would be some time before I saw anything remotely that. And when I was little, those in The Wiz, when they're in the underground parking situationship, and the not the little guy, but the older, the homeless girl.
They freak me out so much.
I remember the first time seeing that and losing all of my mind.
I was like, what is this? What is happening right now?
I didn't need monsters and goblins and witches.
I was like, what
kind of demonization is this? And then the little columns came off. Oh, no. No. Nah.
That gave me nightmares. That gave me nightmares.
That's like the only scene in the movie that bothered me. It was like I was like,
he was just so slow walking through. Who is this creepy dude? And where are those little things? And where are they getting there?
I was like, keep that. All of that.
That would tell you how sheltered of a household we came from. Because I was like, that was hell to me. If hell was anything worse than
with that little music in the, I was like,
That'll make you.
I was like, you could stop all
I
of that.
crazy.
I could not handle that. No. I remember that, and
I'm so scared.
I didn't even like looking at Eveline, like her face. Her face couldn't really look at her. But I also remember because we were just. I don't even like to use the word sheltered, but my father especially.
I didn't see it until I was grown. I didn't know. I never saw the whole dance.
No, that's all.
It was okay because they was kind of weird looking to me. Like it was just like they was weird, and then they was dancing like all the skip.
You can watch it up until them unzip.
I never knew what happened.
You can listen, but
like,
you can't watch.
Not weird. I was like, I didn't know it was like I didn't realize it was. I don't think I even knew they were saying people. I thought it was like a dance scene. Like I thought it was like it went from weird looking people making stuff to it's a dance scene now. Okay. I was like, is it dance? They got dancers. Look at that. Get older, it's like, that's what happened.
It is a 9-minute piece.
It was a lot that Daddy was just like, negative. Negative. That's not about to happen.
They were wearing very little, but it was a brand new day.
They was brand new. Very brand new.
I think even people dancing in such little accoutrement.
Yeah, Shani and I got close to it. And remember what we had to wear for that tap dance number, Shani?
Oh yeah.
I was like, she gave us some costumes. I said,
I was like, look at your little butt idea. She showed us so she was so excited too. I was like, woman, are you serious?
And you just had to just keep on tip-a-tapping. Because I remember I saw it and I just was like, oh no.
I end up on the stage. It's just.
Oh yeah, I don't have so many
something.
I on the stage, or I'm choreographing. The song becomes a production. It's just I miss which we used to say to each other. The go time, like remember we used to be backstage or up go time, and I even missed the press of that countdown, that adrenaline rush.
Curtains up in 10. Oh my god! Because it's like it's like a rush, and then when it's all over, you just like I'm gonna go pass out for the next 2 days. See y'all later.
But that 30-minute countdown, that when it's like it was about to start.
3-4 different suitcases, because you got all kind of different pieces. Girl. You got dress changes and costumes and stocking up.